Yes, beyond the financial loss, Mr. Speaker, the nets that we were supposed to buy 14 million nets under KEMSA procurement. As a result of purchasing these nets through the Global Fund WAMBO system, we could only purchase 10.2 million nets. Global Fund could only supply 10.2 million nets. That means Kenyans lost 3 million or so nets as a result. Secondly, there was a delay. We were supposed to implement the distribution of nets to the public from September 2023. That was not possible as a result of the delays. We were only able to start distribution of the nets from January this year. In effect, there was a loss in terms of money, there was a loss in terms of number of nets, and 3, there was a loss in terms of citizens did not enjoy the protection that they would have gotten from the nets in the time that had been envisaged. Indeed, I can confirm, and I've already mentioned, that PS Josephine was dismissed, and acting CEO and other officers were also suspended. About following the law, when I got the call, Honorable Speaker and Senators, I was able to, consult the investigating authorities, and through correspondence, I was able to get the documents as per the law. And therefore, I did not in any way go out of the law as a result. Is the return of bid bond? Mr. Speaker, I'm told my time is up. Can I wind up?
The remaining queries.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker, whether return of bid bond is part of procurement, indeed return of bid bond is not a procedure. The extraordinary circumstance in this matter is, 1, the bid bond that had been submitted was not part of the tender document per se, and number 2, this was a matter that was under investigation. And therefore, for the Deputy President to push for the bid bond to be returned, it means that it was pushing for
from
Honorable Speaker and honorable members, Honorable Boni Khalwale asked a question from the law. Indeed, there's a hierarchy of laws. It's the Constitution, the laws, and subsidiary legislation. And I cannot purport to be teaching lawmakers how this is done.
5 minutes.
Yes, and so I say this with tremendous respect. The hierarchy of laws, the infrastructure of laws, is that there are provisions left in the Constitution as self-executing. The Constitution then delegates to Senate and the National Assembly the power to make laws to execute certain of its provisions. And to that extent, that statute carries constitutional authority because it is made pursuant to a constitutional provision. And that would be the case with the Political Parties Act. At Article 91 and Article 92, the Constitution prescribes what political parties and the regulation of political parties and coalitions must contain and must do. If a statute is unconstitutional, then the High Court, as it has done many times, then strikes down that statute as unconstitutional. The Political Parties Act, as currently framed, and the basis upon which these coalition agreements were drawn and registered in a government formed on the basis of
Hello, everybody.
have not.
I want to show you how to do something really simple that can make your video look a lot more professional. I'm going to add this little logo in the corner. This logo could be any picture that you want to add as an overlay on a recording you do. This is something you do just one time for the recording you're going to do. You can change it however often you like. I'm going to show you how to grab our school logo and then put that onto your video. This would work for any picture that you might have, though. I just want to hop back to my desktop, and I've got a shortcut here on where all of our logos are kept. If you go out to that URL, you're going to get to this page, and you can see there are 5 different versions of our logo that are out there. The one that's not showing up is an SVG. That's a scalable vector graphic. That one's actually, it's not a bitmap vector image, so you can make that any size and it would look really great. I'm going to download this one that has a white outline, so I just click the little download, and I've already downloaded this right here on my desktop. To make it easy to get to, there's what it looks like. Now I'm going to go back into OBS. So I've already pinned it to my start button. There it is. One thing you're going to notice is OBS is just the way that I left it. So in the first video, I showed you how you can add your camera and adjust the resolution. It's exactly that way. What I'm going to do now is add something to it, and then next time I come into OBS, that's going to be there too. So I'm going to add an image. So I click on the plus, click on image. I'm going to call this logo. And then I'm going to browse out to my desktop because that's where I saved it. And I'm going to
of the office of the Deputy President, which is in the Constitution, it's part of our Constitution, prohibits the Deputy President from disclosing matters, especially those relating to national security, that are committed to a secrecy. And therefore, it was a violation of his oath of office. It was a violation of the Constitution to discuss matters of that nature at a time in the circumstances prevailing in a press conference broadcast to the whole world. There is a constitutional forum to raise those issues. And indeed, the Deputy President, I want to believe very many other officers, even ordinary citizens can write to that National Security Council if they have genuine grievances about its operations or its personnel or its capabilities and performance. Mr. Speaker, when that oath of office, which is part of our Constitution, says matters committed to the secrecy of the Deputy President are not to be divulged, it is an acknowledgement by our Constitution that there are certain matters which by their very nature, they are not to be broadcast. The Swahili say, usimwage mtama penye kuku wengi. Some things require discretion, they require you be tempered, and they require you know the forum and the occasion to do it. And therefore, it is no answer. Even if we were to accept, for argument's sake, that all the grievances the Deputy President had are factually correct, it will still be no answer to that charge. The second question was whether Justice Maina has made any complaint after the case was done. We are not aware of any complaint lodged by the Honorable Lady Justice Maina. But that question, Mr. Speaker, also tells you why this is an impeachable offense. Those who know our constitutional theory say judges hold neither sword nor the purse. The reason our Constitution protects judges and puts them in a special place is because unlike politicians and the executive, they have no way and no forum of dealing with harassment from the political branches of government. But if we are wrong in that, Mr. Speaker, again, why I'm very happy with this question, you imagine, let's accept for argument's sake that indeed Justice Maina could have lodged a complaint, because it's possible she would have walked to a police station, met an OCS there, recorded a complaint and a statement. Dr. Mulo has just been here as a junior officer. The practicalities of an OCS, a police constable, summoning the Deputy President of the Republic to respond to a complaint, the whole specter of handcuffing, taking fingerprints, processing the Deputy President to take him to the magistrate's court to answer to a criminal offense, would subject that office to so much indignity. And because the design of our constitution is that people holding certain offices, in fact, the constitutional text is that they should behave in a manner that brings honor and dignity to the office. It is to save the country the drama, the spectacle of a junior police officer, a junior prosecutor, harassing, arresting, prosecuting a deputy. And because we don't want to subject our democracy to this kind of showbiz, that is why this Senate is vested with the power of impeachment, and that is why our Supreme Court has said several times, as I pointed out yesterday, the test is not whether he is criminally liable or civilly liable, which is the business of the judiciary. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Now, Counsel for the National Assembly, you may call your third witness.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished senators, my name is Moses Kipkogei. Our next witness is Abdi Mahmoud from the EACC. He's a former witness who was called pursuant to the summons issued by this House at the request of the National Assembly. I request the Sergeant at Arms to call him from room 4. Sorry.
Mr. Speaker, may I just raise a concern? It is true that this witness was called pursuant to a summons of the Senate, but normally a witness is called to produce a particular document or to produce a particular item. As we stand now, none of us knows what this witness is coming to produce, so we can't even pull it out from these massive documents. We want it to go on record that this is trial by ambush. We will know for the first time what this witness has come here to do when he begins speaking. I just want that to go on record, but before he starts, I want counsel to tell us what documents this witness wants to rely on, so that against all the unfairness we have witnessed, at least we can have some semblance of looking at it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Counsel for the National Assembly, what say you?
Mr. Speaker, the documents to be identified by the witness are contained in Volume 8A of our bundle.
Call in the witness, please.
Does he stand here or he stands the other side?
Just have the witness on this side,
Okay.
where the others took the oath. Now, just to remind Counsel for the National Assembly, you have 20 minutes to conclude on your case, and the Counsel for the Deputy President, you still have your 45 minutes intact for purposes of cross-examination. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I intend to use 15 minutes to take the witness in chief and reserve 5 minutes for any re-exam.
So before the witness takes an oath, Counsel for the Deputy President, you do confirm now that you understand and you know the documents that the witness is going to produce as contained in volume 8A. And these are the documents, I believe, in respect to which I made a ruling yesterday, to have them admitted.
We do, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Thank you so much, Senior Counsel.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So this is, we cannot, and as a chair, I cannot allow trial by ambush. Proceed.
Thank you. I, Abdi Ahmed Mohamud, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Thank you.
So, Mr. Abdi, introduce yourself to the Senate, the place you work, your rank, and how many years you've worked in that institution.
Thank you. My name is Abdi Mohamud. I'm the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. I have worked at the Commission since 2005. I started off as a senior investigator. Right now, I'm the Deputy Chief Executive Officer. My main responsibilities are to assist the Chief Executive Officer of the Commission in the day-to-day running of the Commission, among others. Another key role and responsibility that I hold at the Commission is that I chair the Commission Management Committee on Investigation Evaluation. Basically, I have been an investigator since 2005 when I joined the Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud. You are before the Senate this morning following summonses which were issued to your institution. And in the summonses, the 3 areas were identified. Would you wish to appraise the Senate on those 3 areas which you are to guide the Senate on?
Okay. If I may refer to my documents,
Yes, you can.